Hey, what's going on? It's Charles with Five Rivers Marketing. Today we're doing a fun little video that I wanted to do to help some people out because your Google Map listing is typically where you might not have it fully set up and you might not be taking advantage of it as much as you could, just because, in today's age when people are looking up local keywords like plumber near me, HVAC company near me, 60% of them are actually going to use the map to kind of convert to phone calls and go to their website or get more information from the map listing. And especially on your phone, that's the first big section you see. So you really want to make sure you're taking full advantage of that, your listing, and just kind of want to go over that today and a few other items. But it's just a quick little video I wanted to do to help some people out. Number one, hopefully you have a map listing for your business. If not, I definitely recommend setting that up. And all you would do is go to Google Maps and typically, let's see if it will, you right click and just press add your business. And then it's going to take you to a different route. And you're going to end up having to add all your business. You're going to verify by video. It's gotten a lot more complicated just because Google's gotten a lot more picky with who they actually want to be on the map. So I would recommend you get that done and out the way. But if you already have your map listing and a business listing, you manage it, all you do is go to Google and look up my business. I manage a few companies. So let me scroll past this. And I'm going to use this company as an example that have permission to kind of go over everything with that. But this is what you're going to end up seeing. So you're going to have your map or your map listing right here. So this is an example. If someone searches your company up, you'll see this. And on the map, there's a couple different ways that this is viewable. But basically, you have your business name, logo, images, website direction. You can save it, or someone could call. And if you manage it, will say you manage his profile. And then past that point, there's some options like adding products, which he has products that are services at the same time as well, so that's nice for him. It also brings in other reviews that are on the web. So if you have ones on like Angie List or BBB or other big like Yelp, other big review sites, it's going to bring it in right here. And if there's any questions, people can use it or use this to ask questions. We do bi-weekly posting on the platform just to keep it up to date. That also helps with keeping your profile fresh and just making sure that you're doing more than competitors essentially, so you have a higher chance of ranking above them. And then all your social medias, and then this is just something they add for other searches. But basically where you want to start at is at your edit profile. From here, you want to make sure you have your business name, your business category, which this is where things can get a little bit different. If you see multiple categories, what I recommend is going to your competitor and viewing their category. And I'll look at an example of that. So it's easier to find a category on your mobile device. But let me just look up plumbing company in Dayton. I know it's kind of tiny, but bear with me. And then these are ads. And then we actually have the legit business listings right here. So if I click on him, let's see, in services. So yeah, plumber. It usually has like the main category up here. So just make sure whoever's ranking the top, or look at the top three and see what their category is and try to match theirs. It's just sometimes it can, have same services, or you might offer multiple services that are under the same umbrella. Just make sure you add the one that is actually working. And then a description, which this can be up to 750 characters long. I would recommend kind of filling this out a little bit more than this. But past that point, you add your opening date, your phone number, website, all your social profiles, no matter if you haven't posted for 5 months or you post on it every day. I recommend adding it because the more you add, the better, essentially. And then this is where it gets, people kind of miss out on this sometimes, is your service area, which you can do counties, state, townships, and cities for your service area. So you can add up to 20, so I recommend adding all the service areas that you service. And if it's not 20, no problem. Just make sure you add all the cities, and then I also recommend adding the county that you service as well. That will just help you rank in some of these other cities and service areas as well. Add all of your hours. Special hours could be some of these other holidays, I do recommend adding those, which I think we had these added, but they just need to be reviewed. And then this is, other hours like access, breakfast, brunch, delivery, dinner, drive-through. I recommend just, if it applies in any way possible, I recommend adding it, because the more you fill out with information, the better. And then you have from this business, and there's different Asian-owned, Black-owned, disabled-owned, Indigenous-owned, Latino, LGBTQ, veteran, and woman-owned. So if any of these or more than one apply to you, make sure you check that box off. It'll just be another item that pops up and can help you rank above people. And then accessibility options and amenities and the crowd. So this is more if you actually have people coming to your facility. Make sure you check this off. But so that's just your immediate profile. The next area you're going to want to look is your services. So under here, you can add all the services that you could provide. And when I click more, you can add all your custom services. So everything and anything that you do, I recommend it. I'm not too sure if there's an actual limit to this, but I've seen profiles that have a bunch of services. So just make sure you add every single variation of service and like keyword that you could think of for that. So like where some people might use roll-off dumpster, some people might look up dumpster rental, but it's under the same umbrella. Residential dumpster rental, new commercial, that shouldn't really be in there. Commercial, but these kind of apply under the same roof. It's just some of the competitors were also ranked for these. And people can actually add services without you seeing. So I do recommend monitoring this. So some of this needs removed for the most part. So, and if you do this, most of the time they don't notify you and just automatically gets added based off what other people say. So let me remove some of these really quickly. That works for now. But make sure you add those services, and if you do any products, I recommend adding those. Or if there's any sort of, if there's like a service that you do that is a product and you can put a price point with it, that's the same for everybody, I recommend adding it. Even if it's still service oriented, I still recommend adding a product. Past that point, it will be the updates, as far as you can add posts, which are the updates. You can add an offer, which I don't think we have one, but if you're doing like a 5% off sale for November, I recommend adding that, adding a photo, putting the start and end date, and then you can link it to your website, or also have like the redeemable code. And then if you do events, I recommend adding that. So for posts, I recommend at the minimum posting once per week. And I do recommend doing offers just because it just takes up more real estate on the page. So when you're really thinking about, the more you take up, the likelihood of someone converting into a customer or contacting you or visiting a website goes up. So that form of customer interaction just increases. So if any of these apply, just make sure you stay up to date with once per month on those items. And then past that point is going to be make sure you get reviews actively. So with this customer, we use the service that we do for them. Basically, we have like emails and text messages that go out to have people leave us a review, and they get shown this link, which is the main domain, and then a 301 redirect to get linked to this. And then from here, we can filter bad reviews, because if they say that they had a bad experience, you'll get a direct contact form, and then I have to refresh to go back. But if they had a good experience, they can click on Google, click on Yelp, and then that will take them to leave a review on that platform directly to the reply, where they'll click the stars and add a message. And then same thing for Yelp. And then also on this page, you can have like promotional offers, like if you want to add or give people a discount or any promotional offer for being like a repeat customer, I recommend adding it right here just so they're aware of it. And then just Facebook and Instagram links. So they get like a drip emails for 1, 3 days, and 5 days after their job's been completed or they turn into a customer. And also text messages is optional as well. And there's a couple different other items we do for this, but this is how we kind of increase and manage our reviews on that side. But once you get reviews, you want to make sure you reply to them. And let's see if I can find a good example. Yeah, so this is a great example of a reply right here, as far as we took what they said right here and added onto that in the reply. Just people see that as a good sign when you're really it shows that you read the review. I don't know why it's not letting me highlight. There we go. Oh, it's highlighting every time. But anyways, it just shows people that you read the review. And same thing with negative reviews. Make sure you still reply to negative reviews. And like this, we appreciate your feedback and apologize for any confusion, and just kind of explain the scenario just so other customers that view your profile, they're going to look at the better reviews. I mean, there's 105 reviews on here and 3 of them are bad. I always look at the bad reviews. Just want to see what happened and then how the owner responded to that. So make sure you're replying to those reviews. And then past that point, if you do any like consultations or bookings, you can add those as well for, kind of like adding a link to be able to book clients. And then make sure you monitor your Q&A. If there's questions being asked, make sure you're on top of that. And then the last thing would be adding photos. So I do recommend adding photos to your platform once a month and just going through all the photos that you took of your services throughout that month and adding it. But past that point, that's really going to set up your profile to make sure that you're being proactive for your local reach. And also just make sure you stay on top of review, because it's kind of 2 different platforms as far as like that local reach and your listing management. But then review management is the other side of that, because you can really increase your local reach by getting more reviews on Facebook, because it helps indirectly. So, but that's everything as far as taking care of your listing or your Google business profile. So if this isn't something you want to take care of, feel free to reach out to me. This is always this is a service we provide, and we love doing it because it makes a huge difference. So feel free to send me a message or contact us at fiveriversmarketing.com, and we can get you settled and get you on our calendar. But other than that, everyone have a great weekend, and I appreciate the time you took to watch this video.